I'm trying to figure out, how am I supposed to meet my future husband if the men are not approaching? Because I'm not approaching a man.
A lot of like our women who from America go to Africa to go find somebody because they're desperate. So when we do decide to date an African man, it's basically us dating our heritage.
Like, it's giving the men want to be chased now.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. I'm not going to hold you. Let's get into it.
Why do some men often seek younger women? Controversial question maybe, but my belief is that often younger women are still very present in their femininity or comfortable in their femininity. And because of that, they have this radiance, this vibrance, this playfulness that comes with being in your feminine energy. Now, my belief is also that a woman of any age can still have all of those qualities if she is able to keep her heart open and remain in her feminine energy. So here's the challenge for us women.
It's not that. I get what she's saying, and she's right to some point. But what it is women play the field for so long, right? And just continuously dog themselves out, allow guys to dog them out, get with the wrong guys, and then want to get the prize, want to get a guy that's established. Because think about it, you guys understand what women are doing, right? They're dogging themselves out their younger years, and they're getting with men are probably established in themselves or figured it out. Even if a man's not established, he figured it out by the time he hit 30, 40. That woman's used up. So why is a guy going to go for that? He's going to go for the younger woman.
Facts.
But let me let her finish and see what she has to say.
And as we get older, can you keep your heart open and remain in your feminine energy and allow that radiance to vibrate from the inside out?
I get it. I get what she's trying to say. And you know, no harm to this woman, no disrespect to her. I actually agree with what she's saying. But, you know, the issue still has to be addressed. There's a lot of times women make these videos, it's all about positive vibes, stay in your feminine energy, all good and fine and dandy. But it doesn't address the fact that the state is nowadays, and a lot of women are lost, and then they'll be for the streets, and they'll watch this video and be like, yeah, I'm going to be my feminine energy. It just doesn't connect. We're going to the next video.
You know what I want to talk about, you guys? So I live in New York, specifically Brooklyn, and I be outside, enjoying summer as I should. And I've been going to the block parties, all of that good stuff, the day parties has been a time. But the problem is the men just stare at you. They just stare at you the whole time. They don't approach you.
Man, these videos are still being made, and guys just don't want to play any games anymore, right? I mean, you look at her, pretty woman, has good features. Hair is a little bit short, kind of resembles a dude. Who know? I don't know. Maybe a dude can look at you and maybe think you're, the same gender or something. Because they don't know how that is nowadays. And don't want to play. Or guys just don't have the time. Let me let her finish. Let me see what she has to say.
They just stare at you the whole time. They don't approach you. They don't want to get to know you. They don't want to, oh, do you want to drink? It's just a staring contest the whole time.
You're the one who stares at me.
I'm trying to figure out, how am I supposed to meet my future husband if the men are not approaching? Because I'm not approaching a man. Like, it's giving the men want to be chased now. That's what it's giving, and I don't like it.
It's not that men want to be chased. That's the thing. Guys are not, girls like to say sassy, the sassy apocalypse, all this nonsense of why guys are not talking to them. Show interest. See a guy looking, look at him and smile. If you look at a guy, smile, and give a head nod, what do you think a guy's going to do?
Ooh, I like her.
Now, if a guy turns away after that, something's wrong, right? Obviously, he's scared to talk to girls. He sees you think you're pretty, and I kind of would understand that with the state of the way things are nowadays. He's like, man, I'm not going over there. I don't want to go over there and be called a creep. Because girls, you can go over there and girls say, oh, no, I was just looking your way.
Exactly.
So guys are scared nowadays, and that's just the state of what's happening. That's why guys are checking out. But anyway, let's go on to the next video.
So what's up, y'all? This is my tidbit. Like, the video I just did, It was talking about how this African brother was saying how a lot of like our women who from America go to Africa to go find somebody because they're desperate.
Not everyone.
And he was saying how we come from bad families and bad upbringings and just a lot of negative rhetoric.
Well, the guy was talking about what he sees. You know, he sees the state of the way the U.S. is, right? And he's calling it out. But let me let her finish, because I know it's a lot more to say. She may explain it more and I'll get it, but let's see.
About us American women dating Africans when he doesn't even know the history, honestly, behind us African Americans. Us African Americans, a lot of us, our heritage is from Africa and other continents, and we've been mixed all over. You don't understand that we don't even have a tribe or a name. We're just now finding those things now. So when we do decide to date an African man, it's basically us dating our heritage. We're going back to it. But it's different because we've been raised here. And a lot of things have been put up against us that has broken our families, that has broken different situations around us. And yes, our upbringing is totally different. Yes, our cooking is different. And for him to say every American lady does not cook is incorrect. Maybe it might not be like your African ladies. And there are some African Americans that can cook like African women as well. So I'm thinking like this man has been with an African American woman, maybe who did him really dirty, maybe who played him, and he's just reflecting on, hey, this is what I should do. Because
it's not that. You know, the guy made a correct statement. He made a correct statement. And let me explain. Especially when he talks about African American women, right? The reason why he can say all, and it's not all, same way I say all, is because most. If it's most, then you won't say all, you'll say African American woman. That's how he's generalizing it, and he's right. There's a problem, sister. There's a problem. And it may not be her. It may not be her. But there's a problem in the black community, and maybe that'll be fixed from this content going on right now. The content on YouTube, even content on TikTok. It's meant to correct, also to show other guys, like the passport bros, really to show other guys the way to go, right?
It's the way.
Passport bros, passport, no. But it's also meant to still correct, so women can see. Women should see these videos and go, man, something's going on with these guys. These guys are right, because look at the award show. I think it was the BET Awards I just seen. It was Ratchet Central. Right? And everyone's seeing this. And all the women's responding to women and bashing women in other countries.
We don't have trust. We don't have nothing.
It's wild nowadays. So I'm not saying that's the African guy's experience, but he sees what's happening, and he's saying, man, it's like this. And if it's the majority, then yes, you can say it's like that. And it's an issue. And what's going to happen is these women are starting to go out and they want to go to African men, right? But African men aren't going to hear it.
They want something feminine and delicate.
They want more. Even Jamaican men. Even men, like, I haven't seen a girl, passport sister with a guy from the Dominican Republic. And she's trying to pull the same car she would pull on a man, a black man, or a man in the West. Because that could happen to any man, right? But still, it's a black woman, so I'm saying black man. And that's just not going to fly. That's not going to fly with men in Africa. That's not going to fly with men in Jamaica. Definitely not. You know, all that flipping and finger waving and all that stuff, they're not hearing that. Even the Dominican Republic. They'll deal with it. Like the lady I was just talking about. They'll deal with it, but they'll pass it up in a heartbeat. And women are slowly going to see, well, women should be seeing now, right? Women should be seeing now, instead of reacting, saying, you know what? I've seen a couple of these guys' videos, and they're right. These guys are right. And then we're saying, oh, you guys rejected, they can't get women here, they're creeps. So it's like, okay, more you guys go. That's all it's saying. More of you guys get your passport. And you see here, passport sisters, they're having a problem because guys aren't going to hear it. So guys, with that being said, You know, it's going to be hard for women. It's going to be hard. I hope it can work, but what is it going to take? It's going to take attitudes to change. It's going to take mind frames to change. It's going to take erasing 20, 30 years of independent women and all of that songs and that programming that was put in your head. It was really a programming happening years ago for women. So almost every woman, even other cultures too, I see that are in the West, their mind's programmed. So that's why guys had to go. Guys had to leave. Women are struggling because you can't bring that attitude over. The guy, he'll get with you, he'll get into the States, get his green card, and then, you know, leave you. So that's going to be continuously be the reality of women until they say, you know what, attitude adjustments need to be made.
I wonder if it will change us.
And then it'll stop. I'm talking about a complete 180 has to be done. But anyway, guys already know they won't go for it, especially guys coming from other cultures, because they understand there's more to life.